Hey there, sixth graders. We are looking at the volume of cubes and rectangular prisms today. So you have this sheet where we are actually going to be doing our notes right on this sheet, and we'll put that into our notes tomorrow. But for right now, just take these notes right on here. We are going to start with our formula, and then I'm going to kind of explain the formula and why it looks the way it does. So first off, for cubes or rectangular prisms, our formula is the same, and it was already written at the top of your page. I'm going to have you do it again down here. It is our base times our height. Now, many of you in 5th grade didn't learn this big B times H. You learned to do it by length times width times height. And I'm going to show you that this big B, base times height, is the same thing. We just kind of go about it a different way in 6th grade. So always, we're going to start with this cube over here on the side, and I'll explain it with our cube. We always start with the shape that is our base. It's just a flat shape. So we're not going to look at this whole cube. What we're going to start by looking at, I'll outline it in blue here, we're going to start with this shape at the bottom because our goal is always to find our base first. So if I was going to find this, and I'll put it over here also, if I was going to find the shape of this, and I know that it's 6 by 6 inches. If we wanted to find this base, we know that we would just multiply 6 times 6 to get that this surface area is 36. Now with the volume, since that's 3D, it also has our height over here. So our last step, first we find our base, whatever is at the bottom, our flat surface on the bottom, and then our last step is to multiply it by the height. So on this cube, our base here was still our length and our width. So it's the same thing as big B times H. It's really length times width times height because this area down here is our big B. We just have to find that first. So in this in this rectangular prism, we get 6 times 6, so we get that our big B equals 36. That's our base. And our last thing is we have to multiply it by the height, which is also 6. So we still have to take this and multiply it by 6 again for our last one. So 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 3 is 18 plus 3 is 21. So now we get 216, and then we can't forget our label also. So it's not just 216 inches, but since it's volume, it's 216 inches cubed because it's a 3D shape. It has length, width, and height. So when you see this big B, the reason we teach you this is because when we take the STAR test and things like that, they give you the formula like this. They don't give it to you like length times width times height. We have to know that this really is length times width, and then we multiply it by the height. Now we're going to look at a couple of examples and really practice this and use our formula each time. So down below we have 2 really good examples. Number 2, this says this is a rectangular prism. Now we treat and we solve a rectangular prism the same way we do a cube. We have to find our base, our bottom, whatever that shape is first. So our base here, I'm going to outline that. I always color it in because it helps me to see what I'm actually finding first. So I'm finding this at the bottom. Now this says in the directions, the base of the rectangular prism shown below is a 3-foot square. So even though they don't give you this right here, it tells me that it's a square on the bottom. So instead of this question mark, I'm going to go ahead and say that it's 3 by 3. So our big B is really our length times our width on the bottom, which is 3 times 3. So I know that this bottom square is 9. My big B is 9. Now my last step is I still have to multiply 9 times our height. They also give us our height over here, which is 12, so I'm going to need to do a little bit of work, but that's okay. 12 times 9. I'm going to write it over on the side. 9 times 2 is 18. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 1 is 10. So we get 108 feet cubed, which is the same thing as 108 cubic feet. So always, always shade that shape that's on the bottom first. We figure out the bottom flat piece, and then we multiply it by the height at the end. We find our big B first, then the height. This last one, I added this one in because it's kind of tricky, and I wanted us to see if we could catch the mistake. This number 3 says, Jimmy filled his fish aquarium with water one night. The next morning, Jimmy noticed the water level had dropped 1.5 inches. Which of the following equations could Jimmy use to determine the volume of water in cubic inches in his aquarium that morning? So on this one, be careful. Look at these 3 numbers that they give us for Jimmy's fish aquarium. Are they all listed in the same measurement? Because I have inches for height, I have inches down here, and I have feet over here. So before I can do any math and figure this out, I have to figure out what this is in inches. So first we have to know how many inches are in 1 foot. We know that's 12. And then add another half would be 6 more. So this one over here is actually 18 inches. We're going to use that instead of the 1.5 feet because that's just going to confuse us. So we have 18 inches, 8 inches, and 10 inches. Now, before we can multiply these together, it says we want to know the level of his tank after it dropped 1.5 inches. So we have to think which of these 3 measurements is going to be affected if his water level drops 1.5. It's going to go down, right? So it's our height that needs to be down 1.5 inches. So I have to do 10, and I'm going to take away 1.5 inches because it's not full anymore. We're measuring it once it dropped. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of borrowing here. And then we get, it's 8.5. So we actually had to change 2 of these measurements before we could even start. So his height in the morning after it dropped is not 10 inches anymore. It's going to be 8.5. So now what we have to do down below is they don't actually want us to find the answer. They want us to figure out what are we going to have to multiply together to figure out how much water is in his tank. So we have 18 inches over here. We translated that to inches. We have 8 inches here, and we have 8.5 up here. So which choice down below is going to multiply all 3 of those together? Because first, we're going to multiply these 2 to get our big B. And then our second step is we're going to multiply it by the height. So read the ones below and see which one you think. If you picked C down here, it does 18, which is right here, times 8 to get our big B. And then our last step is the height, which is 8.5. So this one is the one that multiplies all 3 of our measurements together so that we can get our volume of our rectangular prism. We will keep working on some of these problems on the back. If you want to look at the back problems and try and challenge yourself and see if you can get any of them, that would be awesome. We are going to look at those together tomorrow. So you don't have to finish the back of the sheet. Just make sure you have the notes on the front so you're ready to go tomorrow. Thank you very much, you guys, for watching your video. I will see you